Hello, guys. Good morning. Now it's connected finally. So, you will be thinking, what is happening? Day 66. It is already the video is existed, and there is another video again. Let me use some headphone. Hmm. Hello, guys. Hope it is audible. It's that I started a session like 5 minutes early today, so was excited to talk about the feedbacks and another thing. And I said, until unless the whole task is 100% completed, then only you can say it completed. So now the time is like close to like 5:15. So there is another video. It's like 12 minutes. I don't know. The session got started. The screen got hanged up. So I was so pissed on this machine that why it is hanged now. Rest of the time it's not hanged. And we needed to be very precise that time only this incident happened. That's the reason I didn't deleted that video, because it started and it got blackout. So let it be. This is what challenge is all about. Even though you give your best, the challenges keeps coming, and we have to just be happy and smile and then face that challenge. It's okay. The main motive is not that the video should be visible. The main motive is that I should be waking before or waking at 5. So at 5. So I woke up before 5 today. Today I thought I should explain, or not about explain. I should give my feedback throughout the journey. So today I am feeling very happy. Not that I got some kind of mm, some some kind of like awesome subscription, awesome views. It's not about that. It's about the completion part. So it's okay to be happy when you are completed with the challenges which you faced in life, even if it is a small challenges or even if it is like other challenges. So when the day I started, I just going through the changing habits. So like what are the um, possibilities, or what are the ways to change the habits? I was checking out some articles, but I didn't got any that precise article. Basically basically previously I used to believe I used to believe that for to change the habit, it should take around 25 days. That is what I used to believe. And mostly it does happen. But 66 days was the count itself was a challenging to me. I used to think 25 days is a challenge and 66 days is insane. The person will go mad in that duration if it is not working. Suppose you have started something and you are trying your best and facing all challenges, and no doubt the challenges keeps coming. Sometimes the work will come, sometimes other things will come, some emergency will come, lot of things will come. You will try everything in this whole world to get the things on time. Let's say I want to sleep around like 10, 10:30 or max 11, but hardly the day I have slept at that time. some or the other thing is coming, so my work regarding anything is coming, I want to check what is going on. And I end up sleeping close to 12 after 12. Yesterday also I ended up sleeping close to 1. So then instead of getting annoyed or irritated by thinking what is happening, I started considering this is the limit. So what I used to sleep at what interval, but it's not good for health. You should always see to that 6 to 7 hours of straight sleep is must, and that too, what we call dead sleep. Not your brain is processing in the sleep. Processing means continuously you are utilizing your brain in the sleep as well. So that you have to train yourself. See to that when you sleep calmly. Otherwise, there is no benefit in doing this kind of challenges. The whole motive of doing this, we want to achieve something, we want to complete something, and be a person who is different from the first. You should be different from the previous version. So I did saw a lot of good things, but there is also a catch in this whole process. If you're not able to have the good amount of sleep, then the project start failing. You started facing failures, and both the first phase was pretty awesome. The second phase was so challenging that when it is like hardly you were sleeping for 3 hours or 4 hours, then eventually till afternoon you will start having sleep attacks. So eventually it started reducing, but even though it is reducing, it will start hampering your productivity. You will be highly productive at morning, but once you're getting that dizziness, the sleep attack will start converting into dizziness. You will become slow. Your responses will become slow. So I will recommend, if the whole concept is all about all about you getting productive. If you think it is not mm, it is not 100% true that you have to wake early and then you will be productive. It's all about how you utilize the time. It's okay, you are waking at 7 8 and then you straightforward have your strict schedule and you're following that. The main ingredients or the main recipe of morning is like nobody is disturbing you. You have your quality time, focus, no voice, nothing, just calmness. And that is a key ingredient. When you don't have any kind of disturbance, when you are focused and the surrounding is not disturbing you, then it is all about your test. And that is the beauty of this time, the early morning time. Later, when the everyone is like getting functional, the environment start disturbing so much. Then you have to give both side test. So that is the reason the early morning is much more preferable. You should try this once in the life. You should take this challenge. I would recommend. It is the one heck of a memory you will have. It's always, and it's not about that you have to wake up. In my case, like let's say I want to have that pre-study about what I will be talking about tomorrow, and should be knowing. So Facebook, I did complete the Facebook marketing. I did complete the Facebook content creator studio. This kind of things I started completing it. Only one last chapter was remaining. I still I will be going to wake up and continuing this kind of activity, but the live stream which I used to do, that I will be stopping from today. So this whole concept of live streaming was a kind of a discipline to me, that yes, there is someone who is observing you, and it was always the me. When you start the camera, what I see is me. I always see myself. So if that person is watching me, I should be way way serious and way way determined determined to execute the things. So the day one when I saw myself, I surely I was like pretty confused. After the video completed, I was like, yes, I get in that confidence zone and I started the things. But but one thing I didn't never thought about, like how I will be doing this in these 66 days, pretty long, because I never used to think of tomorrow. I used to think one thing only: what is today's task? What I have to complete today. When I went to sleep, then when the tomorrow is the day is starting, then I used to start thinking of today's activity, and that maybe that is what my uh, key ingredient, because of which I even though a lot of challenges were there, I was able to face it. If I would have started thinking like, yeah, it's like only 2.5 2 months is remaining, then 1.5 months remaining, this much day, I would have started stressing out. I never have thought once the video is done. I never once the topic is done. I was doing my rest of the activity. I was not giving stress to my brain that this much is remaining, this to done, that to done. So, mm so this is what I would like to say. Don't lost in the past, and don't overthink about future. You have today's time. This is the time you should live. This time, enjoy it. Even if it is pain, then it is fine, and it is like you are excited. Then it is awesome journey. The people who want to express yourself, express the knowledge you carry, learn something, and do something which gives your life a second version to it. So never hesitate about it. It is okay. You don't have to prove to someone. You only have to prove to yourself, because this doesn't mean that you have a lakhs of views or millions of views or billions of views. That means then only you have did something different. No, that doesn't consider that way. No doubt you get that view because your skills are enhanced, or let's say what you did was the other people loved that much. The content was good, but it depends on what things you are doing. This thing which I am doing, it can be more better. And if you compare to the online promotion kind of a thing, or let's say I have to acquire some users, then it is way pathetic, because these all videos have hardly views. When you talk about views, when we talk about responses, then it's not good. But my goal is to like to wake up and to see to that I will complete this challenge. Where you go to Google search and just search for the 66-day challenge, you will see that the very first one or two article is like, we dare you take this challenge. So this kind of titles you can see there. They were talking about like this is a challenge. Is like if we take, it's like a taking a dare. So I did do this dare, but the first question was, even though I am completing, what is the proof? I will be I will be saying to myself. So you don't need proof to yourself, but at some point, to keep your sincerity, keep your discipline, or in you to be persistent, just like alarm clock, that it should be something which should trigger you from that bed. The first push will be from the alarm. The second push will be like from you. The fear of the time. Time shouldn't wait for you. You should be waiting for time. Let's say 5 o'clock is the starting time, and I should be the one waiting to for the 5 o'clock to start, not time 5 o'clock is waiting for me. Then it is wrong. So for that, I pick this medium. You can pick any medium you want. It is fine, and but there should be some kind of mentoring or monitoring program by which you always get that push. And the hustle part should be very clear. You should have that hustle. No matter what, I have to complete it. It's okay. If today I didn't skip it, then we have to restart. Then again, then my fundamentals were very clear. If let's say 4 days are happening and fifth day I skipped it, then I have to restart it. Then on the day one, and the buffer is fine. Some days it is like a 5 will become 510, 5 5 5. It depends on at if you have a technical glitch. Majority of the time I have a two major glitch. One is the light problem, the second is the technical glitch. Light is the one problem which I do anything, there is no option for it. Either I have to buy some kind of a inverter, that kind of but I used to, the purpose was very clear. I used to wake up and I used to just talk about that. I woke up and I would be completing, and I was serious about that. I used to just blow a I used to light a candle and complete the activities, whatever, and then I used to wait today to rise. Then there is no need of night light that much until unless it is evening. So this was the one solution for the light. But if it is a technical glitch, I don't have my own device. I have borrowed this device from that too from my cousin's friend, and I really thankful to that person. Because of that, this is the thing. This some of the activities I am able to complete it. So thanks for that guy also, and thanks for my cousin also, who managed it, the device. Because from mobile, the live session is like pretty challenge. You can do live session easily, but the only thing is you can't you if you want to schedule it, then you have to handle it by desktop versions. So the screen is very short, very small, and the view is pretty wide. Desktop view is wide. So that was the one thing. So I used to have one kind of another fear. I started this thing. I don't know. Let's say today is the last day of this device. Whenever he will ask, I have to hand over that device. So this is one of the thing. Even though I have a good computer, then also due to this COVID, I'm like stuck somewhere and continuing with this kind of options. But this is kind of again the excuses which I personally feel. If you want a good device, you should go for it and have it. I'm just waiting for a good device. Hope it will be I will be getting soon. So once I get it, then surely the time will be more productive, because sometime what happen, you do some activity in the old devices, it consumes time. It's not about the work of product, it consumes a lot of time. Activity which takes like 10 minutes or let's say 15 minutes, that is taking close to half an hour or more than half an hour. Then you are losing 50% of the time for every task. So just imagine, even though you're sitting for 10 11 hours, it's hardly you have worked for like 3 to 4 hours max. So and the patience testing, there was a lot of time. I used to wake up and I was staring at screen that please get it started now. Just like today, see, I always said you until unless it's the very last day of completion. I won't be saying yes today I have completed, and now yay, day 66, and the challenge. of waking up at 5 a.m. I have finally completed it, and I can confidently say that the journey was very challenging to me, but no doubt because of the belief I used to carry, the faith I used to carry, I have reached at this point. Uh, I do feel happy about it, but the learnings which I learned, I surely keep on doing this activity and get in the depth of the verticals. You learn a lot of things in the horizontal version, but each verticals you have to explore and go into the depth. So coming back to the video, so I never do this editing and uploading kind of a thing. Few video start I used to do by mobile and then I used to upload. But I thought when I used to do mobile, then I used to always have to show the time part. But when you do the live streaming, it is not required the time part. Time is already considered in the live stream itself. So there it is notified. It's the stream video. Usually the whole month is a stream video. And when it is stream, you don't have to go and show this is a time. And that's what like I used to have a one mobile, and then I used to carry my parents' mobile to show what is the time. So this was a small challenges of daily challenges that tomorrow the light will be there or not, or let's say everything will be I will be able to woke or not, the alarm I will be able to hear or not. What am I able to talk about the topics which I already decided or not? Mm, am I able to mm, continue this journey? Let's say list of activities which I'm going to do. Is it going to happen in that way? Let's say the device is I'm am I able to have this device tomorrow or not? So a lot of things was a challenge, but the thing is like I never used to stress on me. The once today's this activity is completed, I just go to complete rest of my activities, and I used to worry at evening most of the time because the day is ending. That time I used to think that these are the things will happen or not. If let's say afternoon is crossed, then I will be relieved. Whatever the things and requirement comes, it comes in the first half of the day. If first half of the day there is no call or nothing like I need a device back, then I am like relaxed. So this was a trauma I am like continue facing. So even though you seem like this is going like a very consistent, it is very good, and it's a piece of cake. No, it's challenging, and someone doesn't feel this kind of a challenge also because they may have habit of like waking up at any time, at any kind of intervals or time zone, very effectively. So disciplined people, for them, it's like a piece of cake. For the people who are lazy and the people who think that why it is necessary to do this, why to self test and do this kind of thing. For that people, surely it's a kind of a way challenging. So hope my feedback has given you the clarity of what will be there. I have talked about my challenges. I have talked about my situations or difficulty which I faced. It may be very silly to you, but it was a pretty challenge to me because not having your own devices, not every time you have a fear of losing something, and you always have to keep that productivity. So that was always a distraction for me because when you do something and if there is some fear uh, for pushing you, then it is fine. But if there is a fear for losing some kind of activity you're doing, then it is a very risky part. There was a motivation that I have to go for a stream, I have to go for a live, and there is a motivation. But if there is no device, what I will be doing? So that was one kind of fear. So I did manage uh, to take that leap and complete this kind of a challenge. Yeah, today I may be feeling this kind of happy, but 5 10 years down the line, let's say we're talking about some kind of things, some kind of challenging, and why it is more challenging because when the lockdown started and this like working from home, and then you are challenging yourself to wake up at morning. The challenge becomes much more tougher when you are like working and you already work. When you do go for work, you already woke around like 6 6:30. So 1 hour before waking and completing this activity is it won't be that much challengeable, but this is pretty challengeable when you have in the back of the mind that you are working from home, and you can you can just skip and you start again. There is there is no one to force, so your mind start playing. So don't give your mind a second thought. So what are the takeaways? So for discipline, you should be feeding your mind with one thoughts. This is my kind of analysis. I haven't read that Robin Sharma's book of 66 days challenge of changing the habit. I just googled it, but I saw the title and the author's name. I accept that I haven't read a single line about that book. So whatever I'm saying, the feedbacks and whatever the things takeaways I'm saying, this is all my own experience. Be disciplined. How to be disciplined? Like just like a Inception movie, you have to be insert a totem, not the actual one. It's like a trigger point, which will create your fear that if you didn't complete this task, then it's not good for you. So if somebody has seen the anime character of Naruto, I don't know, most of the people have heard it first time, or let's say one person also knowing that this cartoon, this is anime cartoon you have seen. So this is like a one character called Rock Lee. He's a guy who who motivates by telling that I will do this 500 rounds. If I missed it, then I will do this 1,000 rounds. So for completing this, there is one more kind of a fear. So you need some kind of push by means of fear. Just like in school, you're not going, the attendance will be cut. If you're not studying, you will be failing exam. So this is how everything is managed. So you need some kind of fear. So my fear was very clear that if I'm not able to woke up early, then how I will be going in the live stream. And the one day escape, then won't be a record of that. And eventually it will be saying that you are you haven't done, you have lost it, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail 1 time, 2 time, 100 time. But the thing you have started, just complete it. Incomplete things won't let you die also properly. You will be suffering while dying also. So my journey was like pretty challenging. And other people have faced much more challenge than me. Do let me know in the comment what was your experience when you completed the 66 days challenge. There is a lot of things which I would like to say, but uh, not getting a proper momentum to talk about it. But yes, I will. I have got my challenges completed, and I will surely start doing a lot of other things which will tend to push me more at some other level. So that's it for today. Take care. Have a nice day, guys, and thank you very much for giving your valuable time. It was happy to have viewers who watch you and listen to you, and no matter what, only a one viewer is there listening or hearing me. Thanks to that person also, because of you also I have been motivated. Somebody is there who is monitoring you, mentoring you. That is one other kind of motivations that you will feel when you start doing it. So take care, guys. Have a nice day, and namaste.